What's up everyone, it's Kadi with MoneyVest. So in this video, we are going to be talking about Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, which obviously has been selling off a little bit over the last few days, I would say. I think it's down a little bit over 8 to 9% over the last 2 to 3 days. So I wanted to go over exactly what's going on and a complete update on Palantir. We're going to take a look at the net inflows and outflows from institutions, also talk about the average cost basis. We're going to talk a little bit about the current sort of uncertainty related to the renewal of the US Army defense contract, and also go over the fundamentals and the valuations of Palantir as well. So hope you all enjoy this video and find it helpful. If you do, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, links to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below. We'd love to have you on board. If you have any questions whatsoever, let me know and message me, and I'm happy to help you out. Again, links to our Discord and Patreon, like I said, is going to be down below. You get access to all the members-only private videos, including access to our spreadsheets, intrinsic values. You can find out exactly what my fair value is on a bunch of different stocks, and members-only private videos, trade alerts, trade ideas, Discord channels, everything is going to be included as well. So this right here, again, also is going to be the courses. So lifetime access to all the fundamental, technical analysis, psychology, and options course that you can also access, lifetime access, and also do connect with me on Instagram. My username is going to be CASWRP. So this right here is Palantir's cost distribution, and also going over the institutional orders, or basically large orders in the last 5 days. We have seen a lot of net outflows in the last 5 days, right? So 6.3 million, 5.78 million, 15 million, 19 million, 27 million. So it's only been accelerating over the last 5 days. And what you'll also notice is the current price obviously trading at just over $17, so down 6% yesterday. And the average cost basis right now among all investors of Palantir is just a little bit under $18 per share, which does make about 50-50. But last time I checked, I think it was 27% of shares were currently profitable. So a lot of people actually do have their average cost basis that's above $18 or $19 per share, as much as $20, $21, $22. And as a result, only 27% or close to a third of investors are currently profitable on their Palantir position right now. Now, this right here is going to be some of the reasons as to why Palantir has been selling off. There could be some profit taking, and there's also some concerns around the contract deadline that's coming up with the US Army. And recent commentary suggests there may be potential disagreements over data ownership, and the contract is set to expire in the coming weeks as well. From a technical perspective, we also talked about in one of my previous videos how Palantir's RSI MACD is incredibly overbought right now, and as a result, it is not a surprise to see a little bit of a pullback, right? So as high as $21, we're already down over 20% actually. So Palantir could be considered from its recent highs is back into a bear market territory. Next support really is going to be $13.75. So this right here is going to be that next level to watch for Palantir, with a resistance now sitting roughly at around $18, close to $19 per share. So that right there is going to be that resistance once again. We've also got a massive gap to fill over here for Palantir that we haven't really come down to fill in ever since the earnings were released. The company's turning the corner towards profitability, and as a result, of course, Palantir's stock rallied over 27%. And from those highs of $21, $22, we have seen, again, it drop over 20%. Kathy Wood taking this as an opportunity to buy more shares of Palantir. She picked up or nearly acquired 1.2 million shares in the ARKW. Actually, ARKW, she bought 232,000. ARKK, she bought 1.2 million. And ARKF, she picked up about 146,000 shares amid this sell-off that we've seen over the last couple of days for Palantir. Now, valuation continues to be a bit of a concern, right? And as I've mentioned before, Palantir is a fantastic business. You know, I own Palantir, right? I'm up on it, and I really like the overall business, B2B business, and with respect to artificial intelligence, you know, data science, and everything that they're doing with their products and the services that they offer to not only in the US but globally as well. A lot of potential. But you can have a great company trading at the wrong price does not make it investable. Just like you can have a terrible company trading at the best price still doesn't make it investable. What we are looking for is great companies trading at great prices, right? That's the two things that we are looking for. We're looking for very good companies trading at very good prices, bargain level prices, and that's what makes for a solid long-term investable opportunity. But for Palantir, unfortunately, the valuation is a little bit of a concern because, you know, we have rallied quite a bit, right? So this year, Palantir is up, I think, over 200%. So year to date, it's up 160%. And from lows of $6 from back in December of last year, the stock at one point was up 260%. and right now it's up about 180% from those low levels of $6 per share. So next support is, unfortunately, as crazy as it is going to be sub $14 at $13.75. And we've also got, like I said, this huge gap to fill for Palantir as well. Now, in terms of a long-term sort of plan with Palantir, right now it's at just under $38 billion market cap, right? That's the market cap right now for Palantir. And we've talked about the future potential for the company, right? It's a B2B business. It's not going to be scaling as aggressively. It's not going to be scaling as much as like other companies out there that are selling directly to consumers, because Palantir depends very much on these heavy, big contracts, right? We're working with the NHS over in the UK. They're working with the Defense Department over in the US, and they're getting these contracts that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, sometimes even several million dollar contracts. And as a result, volume's not that high, but when they do get these contracts, it's a lot of revenue. So when it comes to these types of businesses, I think the growth is going to not be like super high growth, as we have already discussed. Like Palantir is not going to be growing revenues at 80% or 40% every single year. I think a 20-25% growth is going to be far more reasonable and effective for a company that's in this sort of niche. And earnings is really what it comes down to, right? EPS, 25 cents per share is expected for this year, expected to grow all the way up to $1.36 over the next 10 years out. And we're expecting growth of about 312% this year because they're turning the corner, but 18%, 22%, 47%, 24%, 22%. So that's really where we are with Palantir's forecasted earnings. And you'll notice that the forward price earnings multiple doesn't really normalize or get down to some reasonable level until the year 2027, right? That's when we get down to 25, 26 times earnings multiple for Palantir. Now look, this is not a video to kind of bash on Palantir, because I love Palantir, I own it, right? So I want this company to be successful, but at some point we also have to address objectively what's the appropriate valuation. Are we getting tomorrow's price today? Is a stock expensive? Is a stock cheap? What's the condition with respect to technicals, overbought, oversold levels? And that's what's really going to help us identify risk, right? That's what's going to help us identify any type of threats or vulnerabilities that the company carries, both fundamentally and technically. So 1375 is going to be that support level next to watch for Palantir. I wouldn't be surprised if we do end up selling off a little bit more, kind of fill this gap in and come down to these levels at sub $14. And you guys already know that I will be adding a lot more shares at sub 11, sub 12, sub $10 per share. So anything that's inside here in this sort of area is where I would be a lot more interested in maybe adding more shares of Palantir. But until then, just enjoying the ride, obviously watching it go higher and higher, kind of hitting a new 52-week highs, but of course now starting to sell right back down on the back of some uncertainties. It's up close to 1% on the day today. So very, very important resistance levels over here. It's going to be sitting roughly at $18 here. And of course, we got another resistance all the way up here, sitting roughly at around $20 to $21 per share for Palantir. So support level is going to be sub $14 for the company. So hope you all enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and what do you think about Palantir. And again, the revenue is going to be scaling pretty aggressively here for the company. I think it's going to be a little bit over $2 billion in fiscal year 2023. And then of course, if we tag along at any 20% growth here, then 2.4 billion the following year. That's going to progress very, very nicely. And of course, the company's turning the corner towards profitability. But again, it all comes down to the price earnings multiple, price of sales. Right now at 37 billion with a little bit under $2 billion in revenue, the company is trading at a little bit over 18 times price to sales multiple, which obviously is pretty expensive as well. So hope you all enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also do check out my Instagram. Handle is going to be CastWRP. Link's going to be down below. All the courses, lifetime access, and also join our Patreon and Discord. Link's going to be down below for that as well. And as always, happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.